4.
What about?
Guys, pay attention so that, see if you got them right. You got 5.5? Not quite 5.5, Jordan.
I got 10
10/3, yeah, 3.3 repeating. Should we go over that one? First one, 74. Didn't come out to a whole number. So let's go ahead. It's got 2 radicals in it. So maybe that's what messed us up. So we got 4x plus 4 and 2 and 4x minus 9.
Oh, I know what I did wrong.
That's the right problem, right?
Yeah.
Trent, see if you got them right.
I know what I did wrong.
Okay, so when we have one on each side like this, okay, we just go ahead and square both sides, or if it was cube root, we cube both sides, okay? So we got to remember to square the 2 as well. So we just have 4x plus 4 on the left now, because the square and the square root cancel. But we got to remember that 2 squared is 4, and then the 4x minus 9 is there. So we got to distribute the 4 on the right before we get our x's together, okay? I'm going to take the 4x on the left over to the right side. That just keeps my x positive. And I'm going to take the 36 on the right over to the left. So that the 4x's are gone. I get 40 on the left. And what's that, 12x on the right? And then I divide both sides by 12. And then to just reduce that fraction. So 12 doesn't go into 40 evenly. But if you divide 4 into 40, you get 10, and 4 into 12, you get 3. So it's 10/3. Or the decimal is 3.3 repeated. So it's not always going to be nice full numbers. Right, Wendy? Cole Zito, what'd you get for number 76?
I got 8.
That is correct. Any questions on that one? Danny, how about 78?
I got -3.
There's another answer that works too.
-5.
Yeah, they both work. Okay, so that one came out with a quadratic in it, right? So we had to do some factoring. Looks like it would have been x plus 5 and an x plus 3 when it factors. Great.
Can we go over 80?
Sure. We good on 78? Anybody need to see that before we do 80? Okay. So we got x minus 4, is that a 1/3?
Yeah.
Equals -2. All right, so 1/3 is like cube root. Okay? So I'm going to cube both sides. So I just get x plus 4 then on the left. And -2 cubed is -8. Okay? And then I just subtract 4. So it should be -12. And that's right. -12 plus 4 is -8. And -8 to the 1/3 power is like the cube root of -8, which is -2. So the fraction ones are just like the cube root or the square root if it's a half. All right, how about 82? Sammy Joe,
X is greater than 16.
greater than 16? Yeah, should be less than. And there's another answer to this one too. Because it's less than, we had to do what? Well, we gotta make sure of when it's less than. The radicand can't be, is it less than 3? Did I see that right? Yeah, it's less than. Okay, so we treat it just like it was equals, right? Square root, so we're gonna square both sides. So I get x minus 7 is less than 9. And then add the 7, there's the 16, but it's less than 16. But since it's less than, you've got to do the radicand part, make it greater than or equal to 0. So we got to add 7. So you can leave it separated like that, or if you want, you can flip that sign and put the 7 here. So any numbers from 7 up to but not including 16 will work. Okay? If I use a 6, what's 6 minus 7? -1. Can I take the square root of -1? I can, but is it a real number? No. Okay? So anything less than 7 is going to give me a negative under this side. You know, if I use 16, 16 minus 7 is 9. What's the square root of 9? 3. Is 3 less than 3? No, that's why it doesn't have the equal to that, right? So, anything, 16 or bigger will not work. Okay? Making sense? Then for 84, it's greater than, so we didn't have to worry about that second part for the radicand. And what is that one, Ryan? That last one.
Last one?
Right, x is greater than 14. Anybody need to see that one? So, these seem okay? You doing all right? All right, so you got the rest of the period to do your practice quiz and try to get it done before you leave. No phones out, let's work.